Greetings everyone from Paisley, Oregon, here on our Paisley campus. Beautiful day here, a little chilly, a little cold, but the sun is shining, and we're just thankful to be sitting here. Many of you know that back in the first part of September, our community was threatened by a very intense fire called the wildfire that started and began to move towards our community to the point that we needed to be evacuated. Evacuation notice was given, and many in the community needed to leave. And it looked pretty scary, to be honest, and very grim. And one of the things that they did was a backfire, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it was a kind of last-ditch effort to steal the fuel away from the fire by causing a fire to go in the opposite direction or towards the other fire, so to speak, to kind of to put the fire out and to stop it from coming towards our town. Those that I talked to were not very optimistic about this happening because of a number of challenges that we have just where the community is located near the mountains and the winds and the canyons and different things. But God saw us through. And I'm sitting here with Tony Cardoza. He's a longtime resident of Paisley, as well as one of our members of the Paisley campus, one of our leadership team here. And I was just chatting with him the other day, and he was just sharing his perspective on just how God moved in a mighty way. So I'm going to let him share in his own words just how he saw the hand of God save our community from the Bratton fire. So Tony, just share a little bit about how things work around here.
The wind always comes out of the canyon, comes down Mill Street, and it's called Mill Street. There used to be a mill up there, and I worked there, and I've lived on Mill Street, and I've seen elderly gentlemen blowed down and have been hurt landing on the street while they're walking from the winds that come down that canyon. And I don't know if it had been that day or the day before that a couple backburns were started trying to control the Bratton fire, and neither one of them worked. Some of the locals that were on that fire, the volunteers that have been on the other fires around here, running dozers and equipment, that afternoon that they started the last backburn, they weren't too optimistic. They were, I've heard a couple of them mention, God help us, and I've never heard them mention God before, because it was a last-ditch effort. And I was up, my wife and I, we went up, snuck up Mill Street, and we started to watch it as they were starting the backburn. And up on the ridge we're looking at right now, Pastor and I are looking at the canyons on the other side of that, and the wind just comes down that canyon and up and over them ridges. And as we were sitting down there and they started the backburn, it was just, it was like a calm. The wind sort of stopped, and you could see the flames just sort of curling, going back over that ridge back towards the canyon. And it was, and for the rest of the night, it was really something to behold, because the fires did come on over, but when they hit that backburn all along the bottom of the ridgeline up here, it stopped the fire from getting ranches, from getting the community, they started that thing within a quarter mile from town, from
really close,
from houses, and it was a God thing. he was watching after us, because there was a lot of people that we didn't know how much of the community would be left, if any of the community. You folks can't see it on the deal, but our hills are all black around here. I don't think there was a structure that got burned. I mean, even little out sheds from places. it was just the whole fire was a lot of people fighting it, good people, and the hand of God was with all of them.
You know, our hearts grieve for the other communities here in Oregon that wasn't as fortunate. But we just want to thank the Lord and praise the Lord that we have our homes and we have our community, and we just want to thank the Lord and praise the Lord for all that He's done and how He protected Paisley specifically this year against this Bratton fire. And so just praising the Lord and giving Him glory.